would you recommend anybody getting into the medical field now as a profession based on the amount of time and money you have to spend to get to where you're working? I mean, you own your own practice,
right.
But what about a guy that's going, I want to be a pediatrician?
It's a great question. And God, I haven't been asked that in a really long time. The bottom line is you should do whatever you really love. You should go and do it. That's the bottom line. But medicine has changed a lot, and it's much more difficult, I think, than it used to be. And I remember going to medicine, and the older doctors at that time were like, oh, medicine's changed, and it's not like how it used to be. And I used to be thinking, oh, look at those old doctor curmudgeons, you know. Everybody wants to say their time was the best time, and now I find I'm saying the same thing. You have to absolutely love what you do in anything, but especially in medicine, to go through what you have to go through. And look, this is only my only point of reference. I'm sure for a lot of jobs you go through a lot, but for the amount of education, the amount of debt you take in, and at the end of the day, in a lot of professions in medicine, you end up, I hate to say it, you're a little bit of a service person. You know, I look back, I remember growing up, and if somebody introduced you to a family friend, they said that they were a doctor or a lawyer, it was like a revered profession, right? Would you agree with that?
Well, that's my point. I mean, now you're looking at it, and it's like, based on the amount of time and energy you have to put into becoming a doctor, there's people on OnlyFans that are showing their feet making $55,000 a month.
I miss my calling.
So,
exactly.
I mean, it's like, yeah. I mean, granted, they don't have their reputation is not as prestigious as one with a engineering, lawyer, or doctor degree. But I'm sitting there going, what right-minded person would come out of high school and going, I want to get into the medical field, and they're going to go, oh yeah, well, it's going to be 11 years until you start making any money. I mean,
I know, but I think most people, especially if you talk to pediatricians, we didn't go into it for the money. We obviously did it because we love it and we feel like we're helping people, and I hope that we are. I think the majority of people do, appreciate the service that we're giving, and hopefully we're helping people and changing lives. But it is a grind, and it's interesting because I was just talking to a younger doctor about this. The things that we're asked to do most, we actually never learned in school, right? So I run my own practice. I've never taken a business course in my entire life. I never took one in high school. They never took one in college. They didn't offer one in medical school or in residency training on how to run a practice. That would be a great course. I'm asked daily about things like I'm counseling patients on exercise and nutrition, but those classes are actually very limited also in med school and residency. These are the things we need to change, because I think that when we talk about medicine, especially pediatrics, as a preventive medicine, it's really important that we look at things that help prevent disease and improve longevity as adults. And what are those things that we talk about as adults? Exercise and nutrition. And that has to start when you're younger, because routine and repetition make a difference.
And hearing all that,
yeah,
my conclusion is OnlyFans, show your feet. 55 grand a month.
You know what? But here's the thing. Don't you think, right? Everything does seem easier online, right? There's people making a lot of money on OnlyFans, but we probably forget about the millions and millions of people who try to do it who never succeed, right? We're only seeing a small percentage.
It just seems like everybody is making money nowadays for pure mediocrity. Like there's no it just seems like people are being rewarded.
It's not organized by right.
Like you would think 11 years of schooling and studying and this, that, and the other thing, you come out and you're making 1.5 out the door, right? It just seems like a lot of work.
Well, at least paying off my debt.
Yeah.
I'm still paying off school student loans.
The opinions expressed in this program are not intended as professional medical advice, as a diagnosis, as a treatment protocol, or as a substitute for professional medical advice from your physician. Please consider your own medical history and consult with your own physician for your specific healthcare and/or medical needs and about your concerns for yourself and your family.